Alright, so the goal of this video is to review some word problem strategies as well as some rational numbers, so like adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, fractions, and decimals. So this one says last week, and we're going to use the cubes method. So C is for circling key numbers in units. U is for underlining the question. For B, we're going to box the math action words. We're going to evaluate and eliminate, so get rid of distractor numbers. Think about, like, what's my setup? And then this step, this last one, S, we're going to show our work and check our answer. So, it's going to be loud for a second. One of the things I was seeing is that we get to an answer. So there was one where, like, the amount of pi was being divided, and we ended up with more pi than we even started with. So that one didn't make sense. So the S is about making sure that our answer makes sense to us. So this says, last week, Miss Sloan assigned 3/8 hours of homework on Tuesday and 9/4 hours on Thursday. If she plans the same amount for this week, how many hours will her students have for the 2 weeks? So I'm going to go through and circle the numbers that I need. Okay. She assigned 3/8 hours of homework on Tuesday, 9/4 hours on Thursday, and then she plans the same amount for this week, so it's going to be a total of 2 weeks. Okay, and so our question is, how many hours will her students have for the 2 weeks? Okay, the math action words I see is and. Okay, and then this one is telling me that I'm going to add the two amounts together, right? The amount from Tuesday plus the amount on Thursday is the total for the week. So I'm going to find that. I'm going to start with the total for this week. Or for last week. Okay, so we have the amount from Tuesday, 3/8, plus the amount from Thursday, 9/4. And when I'm adding the fractions, you have to have a common denominator. So I'm going to multiply by 4 by 2, because that makes 8. If I multiply the denominator, I also have to multiply the numerator. So 3/8 is not going to change. 9 times 2 is 18, and 4 times 2 is 8. Okay. And then we can just add the numerators. 3 plus 18 is 21. And when I'm adding and subtracting, my denominator stays the same. So 21/8 of an hour is the total from last week. Oh no. It doesn't want to go together. All right, we'll just do it that way. So then the total for the 2 weeks, okay, I can either add it together or multiply it. I want to talk about how to multiply fractions, so that's the one I'm going to do. Okay, so for the 2 weeks, I'm going to take the 2 weeks times the amount per week. To multiply fractions, I'm going to put 2 over 1 to make it a fraction. Then I can multiply across. 2 times 18 is 36. 1 times 8 is 8. So 36/8 of an hour. There we go. Or 8 goes into 36 4 times. We're left with 4. So 4 and 4/8 of an hour. You can leave it as a mixed number, but to make it make more sense to us. So 4.5 hours. Oh, now they travel together? Okay. My goodness, I'm so sorry. All right, Julian ordered 3 books for school. He paid $7.99 for each and an additional $11.50 for shipping. We want to know what was his total at checkout. So some math action words I see are that they were $7.99 each and an additional amount for shipping. Okay, so this each means that for 3 books, it was $7.99. In this case, since my amount is going up, right, I'm buying multiple books. We're going to multiply. And then this additional means I'm going to add that $11.50. So I'm going to have the total cost of books plus the shipping cost is my final total. So to get the cost of my books, we're going to do the 3 books times how much each of them are, $7.99. Okay, to multiply decimals, we're going to put $7.99 on top times 3. And we multiply like the decimal's not there. 3 times 9 is 27. I have to carry the 2 over. 3 times this 9 is 27, plus that 2 is 29. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 2 is 23. In my problem, there are 2 numbers after a decimal. So in that answer, there need to be 2 numbers after a decimal. So the cost for the books is $23.97. Plus the cost of his shipping, which was $11.50, is going to give me the total. To add decimals, we need to stack them and line them up at the decimal point, so that the tens places line up, the ones, the decimal places line up, the tenths and the hundredths line up. We're going to add. 7 plus 0 is 7. 9 plus 5 is 14. 1 plus 3 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And 2 plus 1 is 3. And my decimal comes straight down. So his total is $35.47. So Christine and Ben decided to get fast food after work. They ordered 2 chicken sandwiches that were $3.25 each, and 1 milkshake for $2.99. Sales tax was 35 cents, and they paid with a $20 bill. And we want to know, how much money did they have left? So as I read, I just circled the numbers and my question. I'm going to go back to find the math action words. They were $3.25 each. In this case, I'm buying multiple chicken sandwiches, so I'm going to multiply the cost for each chicken sandwich times the number of them. Okay. This word "and," I'm buying something else. My price is going to go up, so the "and" means I'm going to add. And then tax is an additional amount of money. So that tells me I'm going to add the tax. Okay. So to get my total, we're going to find the overall cost for all the chicken sandwiches plus the milkshake plus tax. So I'm going to start with the cost for all the chicken sandwiches. Okay, they bought 2 chicken sandwiches that were $3.25 each. So to multiply decimals, I'm going to stack them. Two times 5 is 10, carry the 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And 2 times 3 is 6. In my problem, there's 1, 2 numbers after a decimal. So in my answer, there needs to be 2 numbers after a decimal. So the cost for the chicken was $6.50. Okay. They're just buying the 1 milkshake. So we can just add the $2.99. And the tax is a one-time thing as well, so we can just add that. So if I'm adding multiple things, I'm going to start from left to right. To add decimals, we're going to do 650 plus 299. Line them up at the decimal point. 0 plus 9 is 9. 5 plus 9 is 14. Carry the 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. Plus 2 is 9. Okay, so then $9.49 plus the 35-cent tax. We line them up at the decimal point. 9 plus 5 is 14, carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 3 is 8. My decimal comes straight down, and 9 plus 0 is 9. Okay, so that's the total cost. To find how much money they have left, I'm going to take what they started with and subtract what they spent. Okay, so 20 doesn't have a decimal point, so I'm going to add a decimal point and 2 zeros because in my amount I spent, there's 2 numbers after a decimal. So it should line up like this. We're going to have to borrow. Right, because in this format, we can't do 0 minus 4. So I have to go all the way over to the 2, make it a 1. So this 0 would become a 10, but I have to borrow from that. It becomes a 9. So this 0 becomes a 10. I have to borrow from that. Become a 9. So this one can be a 10. Okay. So then 10 minus 4 is 6. 9 minus 8 is 1. 9 minus 9 is 0. The 1 comes straight down. My decimal comes straight down. Okay. So what they have left is $10.16 left over. And that's it. So not every situation you might encounter, but using the cubes method can help us think through what do we need to know. Then if I'm buying multiple things, making sure I find the total cost, adding the whole cost together of each piece.